What's up guys, welcome back to another Techie Setup video, as today we are talking about the differences between two smartwatches that I have used in the last few weeks. We have here the Xiaomi Watch S1 and the Garmin Venu 2 Plus. I personally like the Xiaomi Watch S1, I believe it's a great watch that offers a lot of features for the price, especially if you can get it in used condition at around 100 euros. But knowing Garmin devices are top notch when it comes to sensors accuracy, I wanted to directly compare these to see which one of them is better. I wanted to test of course if the Xiaomi can keep up with the Garmin while exercising. Please note that these are my personal opinions about the watches and they may not apply to you, and also that this comparison is not sponsored in any way. I will try to keep this video short, but there are a lot of details to cover, so let's get right into it. First, let's talk about the design and build quality. Both of them are good quality watches, they both include metal in the design, but they do it differently. The Xiaomi has a stainless steel case and plastic back, while the Garmin has some metal bezel around the screen, and the backplate is also stainless steel. Both have metal buttons on one side. Personally, I prefer the Xiaomi's look as it makes it appear more premium and looks like a more elegant watch, while the Garmin will appear more to sport-focused people. Also, the Xiaomi is slimmer at 11mm versus the 12.6mm for the Garmin. Both watches have a speaker and a microphone, and when tested in calls, both are not loud enough on the speaker, but the Xiaomi sounds better and the voice is more clear than on the Garmin.
Testing the watch speaker quality. Testing the watch speaker quality. Testing the watch speaker quality. Testing the watch speaker quality.
There is no ability to reply to messages or have the phone agenda on the Xiaomi watch. You can only call based on the last missed call. These features are well implemented on the Garmin. Also, Garmin supports connecting Bluetooth headphones to listen to music streaming services like Spotify, while the Xiaomi only supports uploading 2 GB of MP3s. Talking about the screen, the Xiaomi has a 1.43-inch screen with a resolution of 466 by 466 pixels, while the Garmin has a smaller 1.3-inch screen with a resolution of 416 by 416 pixels. So immediately I have noticed that the Xiaomi is more better looking and fits nicer on my wrist. The Garmin looks more like a kid's toy for me, or maybe it's better for people with smaller wrists. The Xiaomi also has a larger advantage in the screen department, as the screen is sapphire glass, while the Garmin only has Gorilla Glass 3 protection. I've got them both used, and we can clearly see the Xiaomi is still like new, while the Garmin has already some minor scratches on the glass surface. Now talking about the straps, both have silicone straps, but the Xiaomi offers two straps with its watch. Mine has one grey silicone strap that I have replaced with a similar black one, but also includes a brown leather strap for those moments when you wear the watch with a shirt. The Garmin watch only offers a silicone strap, and this one is also not that soft as the ones from the Xiaomi. Moreover, the quality is not that good, as in a few weeks of testing, the strap or the pin deteriorated and you can effectively lose the watch if you pull harder on the strap, as it detaches itself from the body. I have never seen this issue on any smartwatch that I have tested, not even with third-party straps from AliExpress. Another thing to note here, none of the watches was more comfortable to wear than the other, even though the Xiaomi has better straps and the Garmin has a more glossy surface where the sensors are. Both watches offer the same comfortable wear with a weight of 53 and 50 grams respectively. Okay, now let's talk about the software and the menus on the watches. For every smartwatch that I have owned, the menu style tries to mimic the one of a smartphone with the traditional pull-up or down drawers for notifications and quick toggles to watch settings. Also, left and right screens are for checking different widgets and stats. The Xiaomi Watch S1 works on the same principle, so nothing new here. In fact, the menus have a great design as you can see, and the widgets are nice. All this while the interface navigation is silky smooth with no stutters, and to this contributes also the fact that the screen has 60 Hz. For buttons usage, the top one gets you to the main menu, and the bottom one is a shortcut to start a workout faster, one that you can assign in settings on the phone app. Unfortunately, you cannot assign other function to it, and this is something Xiaomi can improve via software. On the other hand, as this is my first Garmin watch, I was amazed to see how different they have designed the interface, and I consider this a disadvantage to have to retrain your brain for something that could be much easier. You need to scroll up or down to see the widgets for any type of data measured by the watch, and this includes showing the weather widget and the notifications. Also, the watch does not have a main menu, or at least one that resembles to other watches. You have to long press the top right button, which gets you to a combination of functions and toggles. The top button also helps to start a workout, while the bottom one serves as a back button and to access watch settings with a long press. I'm not saying that the widgets and menus don't look good from a design perspective, it's just that you have to remember how to reach any of them, which is so confusing and needs training for each function. Just look how you get to the settings, and then you need to go deeper to see another settings screen. For example, to activate the always on display, you really need to dig deep into the settings, system, display, and then select to have AOD during or not for an activity, and that's in another menu called timeout. What? Yeah, exactly. Some of you will thank me for these steps. Just look how easy it is on the Xiaomi to set the always on display. Also, the interface is not that snappy because Garmin used the lower clock CPU in order to keep the battery drain lower. Another difference between the watches is that the voice assistant Alexa in this case does not work as advertised on the Xiaomi, at least in the Europe region, so keep that in mind if you are interested in this feature for any of the smartwatches. Occasionally the Garmin did restart a few times while changing the watch face, not sure why, so it seems it also has some stability issues. At least the middle button can be configured, and I have assigned it for timer on single press and for NFC card payments for long press. Now regarding this function, both watches support NFC payments. I have tested them and they work okay, but for both you still have to enter a PIN first before making the contactless payment. So I'm not sure if it's faster on the wrist or with the phone and the fingerprint. Another comment that I have to make here, and it's about the Garmin. I can't understand why they have designed a round keypad to enter the PIN. It's just not ergonomic, as we are all used to type on a phone keypad. On the other hand, the Xiaomi only supports MasterCard with Xiaomi Pay, and in my country only one bank has partnered with the Xiaomi Pay app, fortunately the one I'm using. Let's move on to the sensors. Both watches feature an ambient light sensor, accelerometer, gyro, compass, barometer, heart rate and SpO2 sensors, but the Garmin features also an extra thermometer sensor. As far as tracking workouts, both support GPS and GLONASS. The Xiaomi also has Galileo, BDS and QZSS. By the way, both get very fast GPS signal because of the dual band GPS. Depending on where you are, they can acquire the GPS signal from as fast as 3 seconds, but Garmin tends to take much longer for the first try, while I've never seen times longer than 15 seconds for the Xiaomi. I have used them both to track my workouts, and as far as battery life goes, the Xiaomi will get you 3 days with daily 1 hour outside workouts using the GPS, like biking, running or walking, and also notifications and the always on display active. The Garmin will take you 1 day further, so 4 days battery life with this one, with always on and tracking workouts daily. This is actually impressive, as while it has a smaller display with a less bright AOD and slower CPU, it also does have a much smaller battery of 205 mAh compared to the 470 mAh on the Xiaomi. If we switch off the always on display and have the same daily tracking of activities of at least 1 hour per day with GPS, the Xiaomi will take you to 5 days on a single charge and the Garmin up to 6 days. So only without any workouts the watches will last over 1 week with AOD off. Do also take into account that if you wear the watches during the night for sleep tracking, they will draw another 3 to 5% extra battery per night. I actually only tracked sleeping for 1 night with the watches and both were pretty similarly accurate. But the plus for the Xiaomi is that it has also tracked my afternoon 2-hour nap, while the Garmin did not. I can say that the battery life is not that great, as I was used to seeing 7 to 14 days battery life on Huawei watches, but at least the Xiaomi supports wireless charging, one of my favorite features on a device. With the Garmin, not only you are stuck with something that now looks like a primitive pin charger, but it's also positioned awkwardly and the watch cannot lie flat on its back while charging. Now let's compare the most important stuff, which are the actual workout results. This is where the software and sensors tracking gain advantage on the Garmin. I'm gonna start by saying that overall the Xiaomi seems to keep up with the Garmin, so it's not a letdown in any way. There are some small differences of course, and we'll check those now. When doing a 1-hour strength workout, the Xiaomi shows a total of 339 kilocalories burned, an average of 102 heart rate with a max of 137 BPM. The Garmin shows more kilocalories burned at 487, but that is because it has tracked the heart rate better with a real max HR of 183 BPM and an average of 127. It also shows much more details like resting calories, active calories, estimated sweat loss, and rest time. The total reps info is not useful to me as it's inaccurate anyway, and also I have not found a simple way to start an abs or core workout. It's way easier to do this on the Xiaomi, which has predefined types of workouts. So I think the Xiaomi strength workouts tracking is lacking precise heart rate measurements, as these differences happened each time this type of workout was performed. You can compare another workout of 22 minutes for abs and see the same. Xiaomi tracked a max HR of 147 ppm, while the Garmin shows 160 ppm. The good part is that when tracking walking, running or biking, both watches show similar instant heart rate, average heart rate and distance. Also, the GPS tracking seems accurate and similar too. Take a look at these results side by side. I like the fact that the Xiaomi presents data more beautifully during the workout and manages to fit more on one screen, including the current time, GPS signal and calories. On the other hand, the Garmin has intensity minutes widgets, which shows accurately when you were active during the day even if not exercising, while the Xiaomi only has the calories burned screen to show, and the intensity minutes tab does only record when you work out. This means that the Xiaomi can be used successfully for outside activities tracking, but not so much for indoor strength exercises. Unfortunately, one big downside for the Xiaomi Watch S1 is that it does not track VO2 max and training load. Not sure why Xiaomi has excluded these features, as other cheaper watches like the Mi Watch can track these two important factors that help you train better and see day-to-day progress. There is no PAI feature as well as we have on the Mi Bands. Also, the Amazfit watches and the Huawei have these features implemented, so it's a pity Xiaomi decided not to include them on their flagship watch. Choosing the simplified Mi Fitness app to sync with the watch instead of the much better and much detailed Zepp app is also a poor choice from Xiaomi. The Zepp app can easily be compared with the ones from Huawei and Samsung, as it shows detailed tracking data with guidance. All of these issues could be solved with a software update, but Xiaomi did not show any interest in updating the watch software in the last year, so I won't count on that. As a conclusion, if I would have to pick one of these watches new, I would pick none, as the Xiaomi lacks the VO2 max and training load, as mentioned, and these are very important omissions for your training, so it does not worth the €200 price at the time of this review. The Garmin Venu 2 Plus costs €400 or $500, and I don't think it's worth the asking price when compared to what other smartwatches can do for much less. Also, the Garmin app is very poorly designed and lacks a beautiful representation of data like the competitors have. Samsung, Xiaomi, Amazfit and Huawei all have beautiful presentation of the track data. Yes, Garmin shows very detailed workout info, but this may be too much for an average user, and it's also very hard to be configured. The settings menus are unintuitive, and it even took me a while to find how to change from Imperial to Metrics. To do that, you need to go to the more three dots in the lower right corner, then settings, user settings, then measurement units. But I consider it a very good deal to get the Xiaomi Watch S1 used at half the price at around 100 euros, simply because it's a very good looking watch, durable with a sapphire glass screen and wireless charging. It's also up there in tracking outside activities with a Garmin device as tested, and if you don't mind missing the extra detailed workout info, which may only be useful for professional athletes, this is a very good deal when compared to the 300 euros or $400 of the Garmin Venu 2 Plus in used condition. So that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about these watches, and of course, if you found this video helpful, hit that like and subscribe buttons for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one.